Yo guys, what's going on? It's FusionBlitzx here, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. So sorry for not uploading in a while, but been busy and sick. Still I'm a little bit sick, but hey, I'm at home, I can bring you guys a video, so why not do that? So that's exactly what I'm doing, and today I'm going to be talking about single-sex education versus co-education. Now the reason I am bringing up this topic is because my school just has recently decided to go from single-sex education, from teaching only boys, and now they're going to go co-education within the next 2 years. Now the school shall still remain unnamed until next year when I leave, but yeah, that's exactly what's happened, and I thought maybe this could make a pretty good video topic, and since I've experienced both co-education and single-sex education, I think I can give a pretty good insight into the pros and cons of both, and I can tell you which one I think is better. So let's start with single-sex education and why it might be good for certain people. Now, in a single-sex education school, it might make some people feel more comfortable. Some people are just naturally shy around the other gender, and being in a school with only girls or only boys might make them feel a little bit more comfortable within that school environment. They don't have the pressures of maybe being a stereotypical woman or a man because, you know, society's gender roles. Those things aren't as important. You can let loose a little bit more because you're not under constant scrutiny from the other gender. And yeah, so for those people, they might feel a little bit more comfortable and it might be beneficial to them in the short term. Now the other pro of a single-sex school that I found is that it creates an environment which can encourage a little bit more competition. Now, both sexes are generally really competitive, but they're generally more competitive with each other. So boys are more competitive against boys and girls are more competitive against girls. Just something that I've noticed. And this might help with some results. It might not, because not everybody's competitive. But in this sort of environment, you're bound to have a little bit more competition, which is definitely not a bad thing. Now let's talk about the things that why it's not so good. A single-sex education school creates a false environment. It's not reflective of the real world. The whole world is not only comprised of only girls or just only boys. It's a combination of both, roughly half and half. So having only half of a given population attend a school is sort of a false environment. It's not reflective of the real world, and because of that, you're not really going to know what the real world is possibly like. And another thing is, it doesn't actually bring in better results all the time. You might have some single-sex schools that get really good results, but on average, the results are about equal with co-educational schools. So all the studies that show that all the psychological effects help bring in better results, they simply aren't true if you purely just look at the results. And the last con that I can think of is the benefits you get from being in a single-sex school only last in school. You might feel more comfortable going to a single-sex education school, but once you're out of school, you have lost that benefit and you're no longer comfortable. And the same thing happens with the competition. That competition benefit only lasts while you're in school. As soon as you're outside of school, that benefit just disappears. And that's not a good thing, because it's pretty much delaying the inevitable. And I don't like that. Well, that's it about single-sex education. Now let's talk about co-education. Now the good things about co-education are that it's reflective of the real world. You have both girls and boys, and that's how the real world works. You have females in the workplace, you have males in the workplace. We both coexist, and thus co-education schools reflect that, and it can help prepare you for the real world, which is a pretty good thing. And then the next thing is that going to a co-educational school can help you form healthy relationships with both boys and girls. Now this is important because once you're out in the workplace, you're going to have to make friendships with both men and women. And going to a co-educational school can help you out with that, which I think is a good thing. Schools should be preparing you for the real world, and co-education helps with that. Now, I'm going to be going over the cons right now. When I'm talking about these cons, I am really pushing it because they're not really cons, but people might see them as cons, so I'm just putting them here anyway. Co-education can make certain people feel uncomfortable. Now, some people might see this as a bad thing, but in my mind, it's really not a bad thing, because in the real world, you're going to be uncomfortable anyway. You might as well get used to it while you're young, so you can deal with it in the future. And being in a co-education environment might distract certain people from doing their schoolwork because, you know, hormones and shit. But those people are probably likely to have done the same thing if they went to a single-sex educational school anyway, so it's really not much of an argument. If those people are really, really that, how do I put it, thirsty, they're gonna go out of their way to find it regardless. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, well then, I feel sorry for you. But that's really about it. In my opinion, co-education is a lot better than single-sex education. And yeah, that's just my opinion. I've seen both systems. I've listed why I think each system can be better or worse. And yeah, that's really about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching. Peace out.